Hello, YouTube fans. This is TheSkullKlown. Um, I want to talk about a few things real quick. Like for example, these wicked ones, right? These wicked motherfuckers. These wicked motherfuckers. Like, I know some of us do, not put our energy into it and stuff like that, obviously, to them and shit like that, obviously. But we need to send them a message sometimes just to tell them, motherfuckers, that this shit is done for you. And it is. I hope you're looking at this right now, you wicked motherfuckers, pieces of shit that I'm gonna squish like a fucking cockroach. Alright? When our higher selves come in to the point that we transform and shift, you won't be able to stop us. You can throw tanks at us, you can throw a nuclear bomb at us. All we're gonna do is suck that nuclear energy, and all you see is all that smoke that blew up from the atomic bomb shrink into us and make us even more powerful. All the shit, all the weapons that you motherfuckers have are literally from us. So if you use a fucking tank to shoot us, won't do anything. Your tank is nothing. Your bombs and bullets and even atomic bombs are nothing. They're nothing. You can't do shit to us when this shit goes down. You still can't do shit to us. At this moment in point in time, you can't do shit to us. You can try, but I guarantee you're gonna get the karma like this. Yes, there's I saw like a picture of I think it was I've seen some pictures around here that some people are missing and shit like that. Don't be surprised if some of our people are there to just grab those people that were kidnapped. That are all people. And most people be like, oh, but what about all these other people that have probably been kidnapped from the orcs and stuff like that? That's the orcs problem. If an orc, if a reptilian kidnap an orc, for example, what motherfucker? Your orc species needs to deal with it, not the Anunnaki species, bitch. It's true. The fuck's wrong with you? You think we need to fucking go with you and save that white person? So-called white person? No, we don't. No, we don't. Why should we do that when you didn't give a fuck about us and you took our land and you started fucking raping us and killing us and slaughtering us? The fuck's wrong with you? And then some brothers and sisters out here is going to be like, oh, that was a long time ago. Who told you that? Who told you it was a long time ago? When literally in the 60s and 50s, this shit was talked about like it was yesterday. So don't fuck with me. And then eventually they want you to forget by the time the 90s and 2000s hit. And even then, some people didn't forget. But they wanted you to forget. They even wanted you to forget about the Christopher Columbus shit. Why do you think some of these orcs threw blood on Christopher Columbus? The ones that found out the truth and shit like that. They were like, oh, hell no, we're shitty people. Fuck this shit. Them throwing, what is it? Some of these orc girls throwing paint on them. I mean, not paint. What is it? Chef Boyardee on the Mona Lisa. And then people are saying, oh my god, why they did that to the Mona Lisa? They deserve what they're gonna get. I'm over here like, who gives a fuck about the Mona Lisa? Don't be surprised if Mona Lisa is a fucking man, motherfucker. Have you ever thought of that? Many people have thought of that. And many people have talked about it before it became a thing. But people don't want to think about this shit. Because they'll be like, oh no, Mona Lisa did it. It wasn't a man. But how do you know? I could be wrong, of course. I'm willing and open to be wrong. But are you kidding me? The war that these motherfuckers made? You know how Rome is? Do you know how the Greek was? They love little boys. and shit like that. They love touching little boys and shit like that. That is the world that they want to live in, man. Stop acting like the Rome and Greek people are not around anymore. They still are around. That's how old they are. They're old to the point that they are decaying like a zombie. Why do you think they have to eat the blood of children? Okay? And all the Greek stuff that you see with the Greek gods and shit like that, all of that is us. All of that is me and you. They just took it because they have nothing. They have no history. That's why they have to make statues of Zeus looking like a white person. But if you flip the face upside down, it actually looks like a fucking gray alien. I wonder why. Is there a connection between the Greys and these orcs? See, now we started thinking around here. Again, I could be gone, but at least I'm thinking to the point to be like, I want to be surprised. This is stuff that we need to constantly think about. Because if we're not thinking, what are we doing, man? What are we doing? Look, I know some people, I've even seen some orcs talk about meditation, and they'd be like, oh, don't think about anything. Empty your mind. Look, I'll say this right now. Sometimes it is good to do that. But other times when you're meditating and stuff like that, you need to call that energy in. You need to call yourself in. You need to literally be like, I link into Mama. I link into the ionosphere. I link into my higher self. You need to say those things inside your head or outside to the point that it is happening and you link into it. Alright? Because you just being silent in your head, how the fuck are you going to link to anything if you're just silent in your head? Stupid concept, right? Stupid fucking concept. Just saying. Could I be 100% wrong? Probably. But my experience, it's done wonders for me. I'm just telling you my experience. I'm not hating on anyone else's experience. There's some brothers and sisters out here that talk about the experience with the whole, with the woman, the feminine and the male, masculine shit. And I'm not going to get into that stuff because I could be here all day talking about that, and then we could debate and argue and all that stuff, and I'm not going to do that. I don't even want to fucking argue with that shit. Because we all know what the feminine and the masculine is. Are you kidding me? We all know. We all truly know. But everyone has their own truths, I guess, right? Even if you think that it's wrong, even if you think that, hey, maybe that's not it, it's still their truth. It's their word. Kind of like when I told a few people about us turning into dragons, into Nagas. That's why they blew up Nagasaki. You mean to tell me there's a group of beings called Nagas, and then during World War II they blew up a place called Nagasaki? Why are you not putting this shit together? Are you that stupid? Oh my god, I can't get into that shit. There's a reason why I share that picture on my community channel. This world is a dragon. This world is a dragon world, and humans just live in it. We're not humans. I'm not a human. I'm not. I've told my friends and family this before. They looked at me like I'm a fucking like I have. They looked at me like I have 20 heads. Maybe I do in an astrogone. But for crying out loud, to the point that we are not these beings, and we're not humans, guys. We could do things unimaginable. We could do things that these motherfuckers can't fucking even put on a movie screen. Because they can't fathom it. They can't. Even when they draw it, they'd be like, I can't draw this because I can't fathom how this person did this. Maybe I could draw it this way and that way, but at the end of the day, I don't know how that person did it. There's so many stuff around here that they explain how Superman, Batman is, and Spider-Man is, and all that stuff, but they haven't went to the core of how these beings are. For example, Batman. Have you ever seen those clips on YouTube called Death Battle? There was a death battle between Captain America and Batman. There was a death battle with that. It's just a little fun thing and all that, obviously. It's not really a major thing. But when I first saw that, and I'm like, wait a minute, who's Captain America fighting? My friend's like, Batman. And all I see is fog all around Captain America. And I'm like, Cap, get the fuck out of there. Get the fuck out of there. The fuck's wrong with you? You're fighting Batman that was trained by Ra's al Ghul, the guy that keeps reincarnating every time he dies and keeps getting more psychopath and psychopath every time. And the thing is, too, that little psychopath thing is supposed to be a thing. It's supposed to be a higher knowledge type of thing. Because when you think in a higher knowledge, people are going to think that you're fucking crazy anyways. But people don't want to accept this shit because all the bullshit that they've been regurgitating with, man. They've been regurgitating the same bullshit that these motherfuckers tell you. And every time any of us say anything, they'll be like, what are you talking about? I'm like, what do you mean what I'm talking about? You can literally search this shit up right now, and you can find all the details with it. But you, just when you research it, they'll be like, but they said this, but they said that. You see, what you said is wrong. And I'm over here like, because you're not looking at it deeply. You're looking at it at face value. You're looking at it at face value on the fucking text when you're not reading between the lines. See, you're looking at the forest instead of inside the trees. Inside the forest, basically. You're looking at what the forest looks like, but instead you're not looking inside the forest. You just be like, oh, it's just a forest. And I'm over here like, no, it's not. It's darkness inside that forest, motherfucker. Well, it's darkness, but it's still forest. It's darkness, motherfucker. And things in there are moving about. And you don't want to get in there because you're scared like a bitch. Moving on. Go outside in the middle of the woods, late at night, dark as fuck, and spend a night there. See what happens. Now, and spend 5 minutes in there. See what happens. They ain't gonna think that these wicked beings are around you. No, they're not. They're afraid to be in that shit. Are you kidding me? They don't want to be near that shit. Because they know it destroys them. We are monsters, my people. We are Nagas. Nagas don't look beautiful or... Yeah, they might look beautiful. They might have an essence of beauty. And you might feel that beauty, obviously, just to tell you they're not wicked and everything like that. But what we look like? Imagine seeing a freaking human a person that transforms into a serpent right in front of you. Some people will fucking shoot their heads off just by seeing that shit. Look at the movie Conan the Barbarian. I mentioned this movie so many times. When James Earl Jones, the guy is the voice of Darth Vader. He turns into a Naga in that movie. His eyes turn slit and everything, and he turns into a freaking Naga. And obviously, when people see a serpent, they automatically get scared. People see a garden snake, a thing that's so harmless, and they still get scared of it. A garden snake is not going to do nothing to you. It doesn't have poison. It's just going to eat little bugs or little small rodents. That's what a garden snake does. Doesn't have venom. It's not really going to attack you or anything like that. It's crazy, man. Like, just because you see a serpent, automatically you think it's evil, or you automatically think it's bad. Who told you that? And it's so fucking funny too, because some of these people that call themselves atheists are literally still regurgitating some of the bullshit that you hear in the Bible. And I'm just over here like, you call yourself atheist. The fuck's wrong with you? And you getting scared of this shit? That goes to the religious shit. Why are you scared of certain things if you're an atheist, dude? Oh, ma'am? You shouldn't be scared of none of this shit. But yet you are. Going back, you haven't changed. You're still indoctrinated by that religious bullshit. Go ahead and get mad at me. That just proves to me that you need to fucking goddamn learn and get out of that fucking spookism. Shout out to Bobby Hemmett, because it's true. Get the fuck out of that spookism. Because that spookism is actually you. Why do you think there's a song called... I think there is a song called that. But why do you think sometimes they always say, things go bump in the night? We are the ones that go bump in the night. Nobody else does. We do. We're the most feared beings in this whole galaxy, in other dimensions, and in this realm, when other wicked ones want to try to do something to us. Why do you think every time there's a war in this planet, we freaking win all the time? Why do you think they made Dragon Ball Z and you had Frieza, Cell, and Majin Buu? Those beings came down here a long time ago, and we fucking kicked their ass. These reptilians know it. They tried to do what they did a long time ago, and they fucking failed. They got their ass kicked. We punched their heads to a bloody pulp that literally their whole heads was like flat like this. And all we had to do was punch them. Some of us didn't know how to do that. All we had to do was just look at them. There's even trees out here there's trees out here that have a fucking person stuck into the tree. And then you'd be like, oh, that's fake, that's sculptured. No, it's not. That was part when these motherfuckers came here and the trees were alive and moved around and everything, and took that fucking unnatural person and condensed them, freaking closed them into what they look like before. They became part of nature, basically. They're not carbon or anything like that. They died instantly. They just died. Some orc is going to be like, well, if a tree transformed me into a tree, I'm carbon too. No, you fucking wish, motherfucker. You instantly die. You can't come back. The fuck's on with you? See, this is what I'm trying to talk about too. This is what I try to mention too, because these motherfuckers will try to put anything possible just for you to think that, oh, we became you. We're you guys. No, you're not. You're never us. You never will be us, man. You never will be us. And people still want to think that this whole shit is racist and shit like that. But I'm going to be like, okay, fine. When this shit goes down, and some of us get all abilities and our higher selves comes in and we destroy this shit, I still would like to hear that. I still would like to hear what you have to say about that. I'm dead serious. Because at that point, if you scream racism, at that point, everyone's going to ignore you, man. Everyone's going to ignore you. Then you're going to fall back to these wicked ones. And these wicked ones, oh, man. Oh, where they're going? Where these wicked ones are going? These wicked ones are going to go to a place that they can never get out of. And if they drag you in it, you are never going to get out of there. Okay? You probably could try to get out of there. You have to be high vibrational to get out of there. But if you don't know some of the stuff that I'm talking about, then guess what? You're going to be stuck there and be eaten alive. Because they're hungry as fuck. I mentioned this 100 times. They're going to eat you alive. They're going to fucking drag you to the ground and rip your leg off and rip your fucking guts off and eat you like a zombie. Because they're that hungry. They're that obsessed. They're that fucking fearful of them trying to survive. If they can survive another day, then they will. And they're going to try to. It's all about them surviving another day. It's all about them surviving another night and another day. Because if they can't survive the next day, then they know all of their species is gone. Again, going back in the Dark Crystal. In the Dark Crystal, the beginning of the Dark Crystal, when the Emperor is literally decaying and dying, Chamberlain is trying to grab his staff, and the Emperor is like, no, I'm still Emperor. And he dies right there. And he literally decays and he starts falling. And all the reptilians all the Skeksis look at that shit and they're like, they scared. They got fucking scared. They're like, is this our demise? This can't be our demise, man. No, we need to do something quick to make sure we do not become like this. And then the one that took the Emperor's place was more scared at the Gelfling, aka the Nephilim, than the original Emperor. The Emperor was scared. The original Emperor was scared, but he still had a feel for. I mean, he still had a warrior mentality inside of him, to the point that he will fight until his last breath, which he did. But the Emperor that took over him, he didn't fight to his last breath. He fucking shook in his pants. He shook in his boots when the shit was hitting the fan. All right. When the conjunction happened with the Skeksis and the Mystics, they were like, "Oh, fuck that shit. We don't want to go back to being whole. We don't want that shit." If you guys haven't watched the Dark Crystal movie, you guys have to, man. Go to Bflix. It's a free streaming service. Go to it. I'm sure it's there. I'm sure it's there. It has to be there. Even the TV series, the one that was on Netflix, it has to be there too. All right. There's a reason why they didn't make season 2 of the Dark Crystal Age of Resistance. There's a reason why they didn't make a season 2. Because in season 1, they exposed everything. Everything. To the point that I'm surprised that any people that make this shit survived. They didn't die. They didn't fucking perish. Jim Henson's company was a part of this shit. His daughter was a part of this. And she didn't fucking get annihilated and killed like her father did. I wonder why. It's just... It's to the point that these beings would try to do anything possible to make sure that they stay where they'll stay. And they would do anything possible to make sure that we fight among ourselves while they could try to get out of here, even though they can't. Shout out to Serious Temple, because it's true what he said a while back. This is the worst place to be in right now, man. This is the worst place to be in. You can't be in this planet anymore. None of you guys can. Like I said before, this is a dragon realm. You decide to go to a heaven realm filled with dragons that can literally kill you just by looking at you. You are stupid as fuck. You're stupid. You're stupid. We're dealing with stupid fucking beings here. I'm telling you. They're not intelligent. They're not smart. They're fucking stupid. They're stupid to the point that they would keep doing the same shit, thinking that it's gonna fucking do anything. Just like the same people that want to fucking vote for different presidents, acting like, oh, eventually this president will do good, or eventually this president will do good. Even though it's still the same hand inside that puppet's ass. And yet when you say that, they're like, with that stupid fucking face. Because that's what they have, a stupid fucking face. Seriously, man. I'm dead serious. I'm not using my emotions or anything like that. I'm just saying it the way it is. It's a stupid fucking face. It's true, man. There's no point of you guys listening to these politicians and everything like that. There's no reason. There's no reason to listen to any of these motherfuckers. Why will you listen to these elites? And then some people over here think that the elites didn't make NASA. That tells me right there you haven't done nothing of research at all. Did you know that NASA? Did you know NASA was discovered by the Nazis? Did you know that? Did you know that? Nazis made NASA. Did you know that? When the whole World War II ended, you know what some of the Nazis went to? To America to make NASA. Look at Walt Disney. Walt Disney's all part of that fucking Nazi shit. Because he's most likely part of that family. Come on, guys. What's wrong with you? You're not doing your history? Guess what? Then you're doomed to repeat it. You're doomed to go with these wicked ones and perish. Go ahead. Not my fucking problem. You made your bed? You're gonna lie in it. You're gonna lie in it. You're gonna lie in it. And I don't give a fuck who you are. Friends, families, the dog down the street, like Ralph Smart says, the cat down the street, I don't give a fuck. You're gonna listen to these beings? Go ahead, keep listening to them. Keep listening to them. Keep feeding their shit. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. And guess where you're gonna be at? Not where I'm going. I'll tell you that much. And I don't give a fuck at that point. You're gonna fucking scream to me and ask for help. You're not getting help. From who? You made your decision. You're gonna lie in it. You think a brother or sister's gonna fucking use themselves to save your ass when you're in the pits of despair to the point that these beings are literally tearing you limb from limb? You have to push out your own light. You have to push out your own frequency. That is how you push your own light. What do you think we talk about meditation, doing Tai Chi and shit like that, and building? Because it expands your light to the point that they cannot touch you. Do you understand and understand that? It's your vibration. They can't touch you when you're high vibration to the point that they cannot touch you. They're afraid to even touch you. They're even afraid to even look at you in the eye because they will instantly die. When these FBI people came here and I shook one of their hands, they didn't want to shake my hand. Why? Because they knew they would instantly get that fucking karma. They knew the power that we have. They didn't even fucking shake my hand properly like a fucking man. This is my hand shaking it like a man, and this is them. This is them right here. I'm like this, and they're like this. I'm on grip like this, but they literally holding it like this. I literally was going to tell them, dude, you're acting like I'm your mother. Oh, I don't want to squeeze his hand because I will hurt my mother's hand. For real, like, shake it like a fucking man, motherfucker. Shit, like, for real. Look, this is how you know these wicked beings are cowards. They're cowards. They're cowards. They're cowards. You wicked ones are fucking cowards. You will kill these babies. You will do all of this shit, do sex trafficking and all this shit. But once we mention that we will take you out, automatically you want to come to their house and say some stupid shit. Oh, we got your picture. Oh, is that supposed to scare me? You already got my picture anyways from Facebook, dumbass. Fucking idiot. This is what I'm talking about. They acting like they never had a picture with you to begin with. These FBI people. Motherfucker, you had a picture of me when I was born. Go fuck yourself. You know where I live. You know my DNA and shit like that. Go fuck yourself. The fuck's wrong with you? Acting like you don't know me. The fuck's wrong with you? Such an ignorant fucking bullshit. And then here's a story real quick. My brother-in-law, that's stupid as fuck, I went to my friend's house one day before I moved in. This was before I moved into his house. I literally went to go to his house one day, right? And then all of a sudden, I hear him screaming outside. He busts my friend's door down. We call the cops and shit like that. And once one of these orcs, that's an officer, came to the house, he saw me. He looked up and down with me. He knew exactly who I was. He was like, "Oh shit, he's here." I'm like, "Yeah." So I saw it right through his eyes. I didn't even have to fucking hear his thoughts. Right from his eyes, he was just like, oh shit, he's here. I'm like, yeah, I'm here. Who told you I was here? And obviously they didn't do anything. Because my brother-in-law threatened my friend and he called the cops right away too. My friend was just like, oh, so you're just going to let him threaten me and all that? Okay, yeah, thanks. Thank you. And I'm over here like, why should they care, dude? Why should they fucking care? They don't care. They don't give a fuck. And I pointed out before too that my brother-in-law tried to stab me and shit. Just because I was trying to protect my niece and my sister. And I literally told him that because he was like, oh, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? You know how those people are. When they act all tough and big, they go like this. Like, oh, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And I'm on here like, I'll also get my friend and my other brother-in-law and we go after your ass. And then he tackled me down. I told him, you don't want this shit. You don't want it. And guess what? After all of that shit happened, guess what? His friend started dying for fucking doing drugs and shit like that. And then he started getting fucked up shit with his knees and or legs and shit like that. Karma up the ass, man. He's still getting that karma. Okay? That's why I say I'm not to fuck with. Seriously. There's even a story one time. I'll say this. There was a woman that kept playing around with me, with my emotions and shit like that. Then she kept having a baby, and then she had a baby with somebody, and she lost the baby. That didn't happen once or twice. It happened like 3 times. This was when I was in high school and shit like that. And I'm over here like, whose fault is it then? Not my fault. It's your fault. Most people are like, why would you say stuff like that? It's because it's karma. That's why I tell people, do not fuck with me. You try to fuck with me any type of way, you will get karma. You will die, or something that you care about will die. I don't care. That is how it is with me. I've always been like that. I would not touch you without a finger when shit fucking happens to you. Then you wonder why something happens to you. Okay? Going back, I'm not to be fucked with. I'm never to be fucked with. You think I'm only here fucking with other brothers and sisters around and shit like that? No, I'm not. I'm peaceful. I'm all by myself and shit like that. Like, taking care of myself and shit like that. But you know how some of our people are? They want to fucking, some of our people just want to fucking poke sticks on a fucking lion. And then when the lion attacks them, oh, why you did that to me? Because you were poking a fucking hippo in the lion. Are you stupid? Do you do that in the wild, in the jungle? Hey, look, a lion's sleeping. Let's kick him in the balls, see what happens. You know different than these orcs. You know different than that. That's the type of mindset that these orcs fucking have. Hey, look at these natural people in this planet. My God, they look so tall, so fierce, and so intimidating. We need to get rid of them because we're scared of them, and they can't be like that because we never saw anything like that. So automatically, it's evil and bad, and it needs to be exterminated. You see, we're good people. We did a good job. Nothing that goes to that religious bullshit too. Oh, don't do voodoo. It's evil. It's the devil's walk. Yet you do voodoo all the fucking goddamn time, motherfucker. Even our own people, we do voodoo all the time just by talking. We don't have to do sigils and all that. We do voodoo just by talking. I know this because one of the sisters I used to hang out with in high school, I had a little crush on her, but it was a high school shit, obviously. I'm adult now. I'm like 30 years old. This is high school shit. She literally pointed out that she literally wanted her grandmother dead. And in my head, I was like, you don't say that shit, man. Then a few days later, her grandmother died. And she started crying like a bitch. And I'm over here like, I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. But this is the shit you need to pay attention to, man. And all your wicked ones are gonna gone. You're gonna be. This is your final countdown because this shit's done. This is done for you. I said this before back in the day. 2024 is gonna be so hot for you to the point that you cannot be here. Why do you think they try to make it cold? Because they can't be here anymore. They want to make dates like 2025 or 2029, 2030, 2050. You guys cannot be here anymore. So get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. I don't care how you get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Okay? And some of these wicked ones are like, we're trying to get out of here. Yeah, because you're locked in. You're inside this cage with a fucking lion now, motherfucker. It literally is like a freaking person going inside a lion's cage, poking them, having fun. Then the lion wakes up and they're in the cage and they're like, oh shit, I need to get out of this cage, but they locked the cage. Now you're stuck with that lion. And that lion's looking at you, taunting you, waiting to strike. Like just praying, just, chewing at the bits, just waiting. Because it knows, the lion or tiger knows that has its opportunity. It's going to take its time. It's going to look at you. It's going to get prepared, look at you, and then whoosh, before you know it, tack. Straight to the fucking neck right there. If it's not in the neck, it's definitely in the face, and it's going to rip that shit off, and then grab you from the neck, grab that off, and then finish you after that. That's the shit that we're going to do to you. Alright? You wicked ones are stuck in the cage with beings that are nagas, that are dragons, that can literally be 1,000 feet or 50 or 500 meters tall. You guys are fucked. You guys are fucked. You guys are fucked. You have no idea what realm you put yourselves in. It's fucking hilarious, man. It's hilarious to the point that... Okay, sorry about that. My mother and stuff like that. But anyways, so at the end of the day, guys, at the end of the day, these beings are stuck in here with us. There was a time when they thought that, hey, you're stuck with us, ha ha ha. But now, you stuck with us, wicked ones. And now you can't get out. You can't leave. You can't do anything. You can't even fucking try to get your own. You can't even try to get your adrenochrome. You can't even try to get your fix without getting caught, without getting slayed. What is it? Not Kalai, but Orion TV. He posted a video on his Instagram showing that all of these Jews are getting captured, and he found all of these Jews having beds on where they're at in the caverns or where they're at in the church or some shit. And the beds were made out of Hanukkah. One of those things that you see in Hanukkah. Those that little that little, what is it? What's it called, man? It's those things that you put candles on and all that stuff. It's that. I forgot the name. But they made the beds they made beds like that. And God only knows what they used for those beds. And my mind comes really fast to say that they used it to these kids, and that's fucking disgusting as fuck. I believe there's even bloodstains on those. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? See, this is shit we're talking about. And I want to say this to some of your Caucasians, man. Some of you guys knew some of this stuff and didn't say anything about it. And some of your own kind, because of me and other YouTubers, seen all shit and they're realizing, oh shit, and they're putting stuff together and they're like, why the fuck are you doing this? Now we need to die because of your stupid shit. You know how many orcs watch my channel and they literally told me I don't want to die, I don't want this to happen to me and all this shit. And I'm over here like, what? How can I reply to them? What am I supposed to say? It's not my fault that their ancestors came here, slaughtered a civilization of people, and then left their own people to be here to do what the fuck they want because they told them they won't wake up. Even though their ancestors, their forefathers were like, no, they are going to wake up. But let's tell all people saying that they will never wake up so we don't get that karma of what we did to them. No, you still going to get that karma, motherfucker. The fuck's on with you? Just because you in another dimension, another world, relaxing, drinking fucking adrenochrome, does not mean all of the shit's not going to fucking happen to you also. There's so many planets around here that are going through the same thing that our planet's going through. And it's never talked about. Yes, there's other planets around here that look like Earth and have people in them. They do. And they're suffering through the same shit that we're going through. And that's going to end soon. Some of them already know it's going to end soon. Other ones are still struggling to figure out why is this happening still. But obviously they're learning now. Because the atmosphere of the planet and the cosmos is changing to the point that everyone's going to wake up eventually. Everyone has their own time to wake up. Everyone does. Some of us might be frustrated. Some of us might be like, come on, man. Come on, sister. But it's just the way it is. And then once it happens, once we all come to that collective mindset of knowing thyself and taking care of Mama Planet herself, that you know what? Once that time comes, and it's not that far away when you really think about it. It might feel far away from now. It might seem far away from now, but I guarantee you guys, when you look back at it, you'll be like, that really wasn't that long, you know? And it happens too, especially when you get older. You know, I'm 30 years old now. You know, this avatar body is 30 years old. So I'm all like, you know, I'm all here like, yeah, it took a while, I guess. But looking back at it now, I'm all like, no, it went pretty fast. I woke up around 2012. Now it's 2024. I say it's not that. I'm saying it's not that far off if you really think about it. You know, it only took like what 10 years, which is not a long time. A lot can happen in 10 years. Which yes, a lot has happened around 10 years. But these motherfuckers want to stay up to 2050, and I'm over here like, no, you're not. We the co-creators of reality. They're not. Okay, guys? I made a video like this saying this. That's why when I hear some brothers literally pointing out that, oh, they want this around 2050 and all this stuff, and this 7-year tribulation and stuff like that. I'm over here like, guys, that 7-year tribulation is ending this year. If you did the dates from 2012 to now, it ended. Stop acting like this 7 tribulation shit is starting when COVID happened. Stop that shit. Stop it. COVID was the reminder to tell you this shit is ending. Closer than what you think. Please, man. You cannot be this dumb. You cannot be this ignorant, sister or brother. Please. Am I the only one that sees this shit? I bet you I'm not. But when I counted down to that 7-year shit, I'm all like, that was in 2012 or 2016 and shit like that. And here it is right now. And then some of them act like it's happening when these wicked ones want it to happen. No, that's not how it goes, man. These wicked ones don't run this shit. We do. That's why I shake my head sometimes, man. Seeing some of our brothers talking about other stuff that I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Stop saying 2050 or 2030. It drives me crazy when I hear brothers say that shit. And I'm over here like, shut the fuck up with 2050 and 2030. Shut the fuck up about that. Please. Because it's you saying that to the point that it's making them live a little bit longer. Stop it. That's why I say they're not going to live around 2050 and 2030. It'd be too hot for them. They already have plans of making suits that they can live there. And to live here longer. And he still can't because that suit is going to melt them alive. And then they want us to fucking expect us to go through the same shit? And then when you point out brothers and sisters about this stuff, they act like you're fucking nuts. That no, we're gonna die right next to these white people. You're an idiot. 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 You mean to tell me in 2024 you don't see this shit? Again, going back, I understand that people will wake up in certain times, but you need to tell me in the last minute. You mean to tell me in the final days right here, you don't see this shit. I don't know what to tell you. It's the same thing with the religious people, man. They don't see this shit either. And the thing is, too, some of these religious people know that it's going to be the end of the world, but they acting like they're going to get saved by somebody from the sky. And I'm over here like, the only way that can save you is yourself. No one's not going to save you. If a person was dying in cancer on the bed, you think Jesus would come down and save your ass? You just die right there. When there's brothers and sisters out there that can literally heal you just by going like this and imagine your cancer going away. But that's fantasy. That's unrealistic. No, that's your fault because you're not in your power. You're not in your power. That's why being in your power is all about. If you're in your power, you know you could do these things. And so many people out here are going to be like, you mean to tell me I could have saved my daddy, saved my mama at any time if I knew this type of knowledge? Yes. Yes. But at the same time, if they're meant to go, then they're meant to go. People have dates when they have to go. And at that point, you can't force their time to leave. They were here for a minute, and then they're going to leave. That's how it is. Again, going back, shout out to Bobby Hemmett. He mentions that too, and it's true. If you had a child and it died in the womb, or you had a child and was born and it died like when it was 3 or 2 years old, that was their timeline. That was their due date. It might sound sad, it might sound fucked up, but people have an expiration date, guys. I have one, you have one, we all have one. But some of us live longer than others to the point that we are going to get some type of frequency and knowledge to the point that we become our higher selves, and all the dead people that we thought are gone forever are just going to come back. You're going to see them again. Some of them even look different than they look like here. And the only way they can actually show themselves to you if they look like what they look like here. And then they can just go back to what the original state was. And plus, some of them, when you do look at them, they look normal. They look like what they look like here. But other beings will look at them and be like, oh my god, they're a monster. I can see them. I can see what they actually look like. You know? Because they've seen their higher selves. For example, like I've said this before too, when I was walking down the street, a freaking cop just stops. And I mentioned this before. I don't have to go into detail about it. But the reason that happens is because he saw my higher self. I had to pause for a minute and look at him and be like, you good? You good? And then they were driving like this, and they were like, and they looked at me, and then when they drove by slowly, they were like this. They were literally driving normally like this, and when they saw me, they were like, and then drive slowly like that. And I'm over here like, can I help you? You want an autograph? I could pass out autographs, just, $5. Oh, shit. Honestly, I'm just playing with that. Hell no, man. I don't need your Ox money. Hell no, I'm good. I'm good. So, I'll see you guys later. This money and all this shit will be obsolete anyways. Alright. Look at the recent video that Grammy Yates talked about with the Aries stuff. I even told myself by the beginning of this year, I'm like, this shit is probably going to hit around April or May, or even March. Then we get confirmation from Remedy, and he gets confirmation from another brother that it's in April. And I'm all like, that's why I point out these things. That's why last year I'm all like, pay attention to November, pay attention to August and April and all this shit, because things were happening around that time. And now that it's this year, I don't know if I mentioned anything, but I don't know if I did mention anything, but I get telling myself in my head, I'm like, something's going to happen in April, isn't it? And I was right. I didn't know what date or anything like that, but my mind told me, pay attention to April. And then Redmi H pointed out April. And I'm over here like, say isn't it so, my brother? Say it isn't it so. I bet. You know? So pay attention to that, because once April hits, a lot of shit's gonna change. A lot of shit's gonna change. It has to, man. This shit's over for them. They can't be here anymore. They cannot be here anymore. I don't give a fuck if they want to be here until the year 3000. They cannot be here anymore. Do you hear me? They cannot be here anymore, and they will not be here anymore. Okay? And they know this. That's why they're crying. That's why they're scared. That's why they're trying to do anything possible and shit like that. What do you think? What do you think Elon Musk pointed out that he wants to go to Mars by 2029, which is fucking laughable. It's so fucking laughable. Elon Musk, I want to tell you this something, man. If you're watching this, you think your people is going to survive till 2029? You're going to try to have your people survive till 2029? And that ain't going to happen. They can't survive right now. The fuck? They're dying off right now. It's 2024. What do you expect in 2029? Ain't gonna be nobody left. Seriously. You won't probably be around either. I'm dead serious. And everyone's always talking about, the Trump assassination and shit like that. I'm over here like, these people have already been dead anyways. They've been dead. All you've seen is their clones or a hologram of them. They're dead. They're gone. They've been gone forever. The only thing that's taking their place is just AI. That's all you've seen is AI. Okay? That's why when they died off, they left it there so they can have something there when they are gone. Okay? The woman that made all these parties for these celebrities, she knew she was gonna die and she wanted to make a hologram of herself. Don't be surprised that these beings already made a hologram of themselves to the point that they made sure they're there and they're not around anymore now. It's just their hologram selves. Again, the Pope video showed it all. The Pope is not around anymore. How? No, you think he's around anymore? No, his hologram is, though. But he's not around anymore. In that video, too, when you see the Pope looking at Mama holding the baby, basically, and she's a common sister, basically. Once you see that picture, he's like all sad and shit like that and fear. It's because he knows what it is. It's funny, man. It's hilarious. They talk shit about you every fucking day. They downplay you every fucking day. But when they go to bed, they pray to you. They pray to Mama Tiamat. They pray to those people. They pray to us every day. Oh, CHUCKY, oh, this and that and everything like that. They pray to us every fucking day. Seriously. Just to make sure they don't get the karma of what they're getting. But yet, behind the scenes, they're still doing the wicked bullshit. And then when they go to bed, they still want to be like, forgive me, God. Forgive me. What kind of shit is that? It makes no fucking sense, man. Makes no fucking sense. They're fucking psychopaths. They're fucking crazy. They're not that good kind of psychopath, like Harley Quinn's that type of shit. All right. I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to have to do that meditation session stream. It's like 9:30. So I'll see you guys and be safe. I'm going to have to either upload this video tomorrow because it's the 21st of February 2024. So I'll either upload this later on today or tomorrow. So I'll see you guys later and be safe.